If you study a lot or simply want to find a way to retain information more effectively, then keep listening. This is an easy and fun way to do so. But if you truly want this to work for you, I invite you to grab a piece of paper and a pen, because this is the only way for you to find out whether it actually works or not. We're all professionals in consuming information, but how much of it actually brings value to us versus simply drains us? I don't want this to be another piece of information to drain your energy. I want it to actually help you. And because of that, I invite you to go through this practice along with me. So while you're getting your pen and paper, I would like you to think back of a moment when you were talking to somebody on the phone and they went on and you had a pen in your hand, and all of a sudden your hand begins to draw, and it almost seems to be doing it on its own. Or sometimes you might be listening to something and all of a sudden the hand starts moving on its own, drawing something on paper. You see, when this happens, your brain moves from purely verbal processing into a dual processing state. In other words, you're activating both of your brain hemispheres and activating your visual, motor, sensory, and emotional networks at the same time, which, by the way, is a proven way to retain information more effectively. So now imagine, take all of those benefits of drawing while you're listening to something and applying them to your situation more intentionally. We have an entire drawing method that was very thoughtfully created for tapping into deeper levels of your consciousness, and it's called Neurographica. My name is Maria Novitsky, and I'm a certified Neurographica instructor. And what I'll share with you in the next few minutes is a tiny portion of Neurographica, but this is something I love to do on my own when I'm studying or simply want to retain information better. And what I often do is I combine my notes with neurographical lines, and it makes a huge difference. So here's what I do. On top of the page, write what you're listening about. For example, how to retain information. And then while you're listening, begin to draw neurolines. The official definition of a neuroline is a line that never repeats itself, and we take it where we don't expect it to go. Now, as you're listening, continue to draw. And here's what happens. Words enter through your eyes or ears. Your thinking brain tries to understand them. If you only read or listen, the information often stays in the thinking layer. It can feel clear in the moment, but later it fades, like writing on dry sand. Now, while your hand starts moving in flowing lines, while you're studying, several things happen. First, your motor cortex activates because you're moving. Your visual system activates because you're tracking the lines. Your attention deepens because your hand is engaged. So instead of the information floating only in your head, your body joins the process. And as soon as you feel that you've got enough lines, the most important part comes next. It's called integration. At this point, as you continue to listen, you'll begin to integrate this information by rounding all the intersections. When the lines cross, it's like ideas meeting each other. Your brain naturally loves smooth connections, and the process of rounding allows the brain to link those ideas together into existing neural circuits. So instead of isolated facts, you're now creating connections. Notice how your breathing slows down in this process. The tension might begin to let go. It's like telling your nervous system, it is safe. We can integrate this. The sharp intersections are like the confusion or tension between ideas, and rounded corners are like the understanding of them. So by the time you're done rounding all the intersections, the information is no longer just something you know. It becomes something you feel connected to. You've thought it, you've seen it, you've moved it, you've touched it and softened it. This multi-sensory engagement makes memory stronger. This is the difference between hearing about swimming and getting into water. So when you study while drawing and rounding, your attention stays anchored. The body reduces stress. Concepts become virtually mapped. Emotional resistance softens, and your neural pathways are actively strengthened. And now that you've tried it for yourself, you can actually feel the effect. In my personal experience, not only I feel that the information gets integrated better, but also I actually enjoy learning using this process. So if you want to draw more mindfully in a way that helps you create more clarity, focus, and sense of direction, you can always visit heartflow.life for more resources.